The solution to the equation is the value of the variable that satisfies the equation or makes the equation true. In order to solve the equation, we need to isolate the variable on one side of the equation. And because the given equation has decimals, we will first simplify both sides of the equation and then multiply by a power of 10 to clear the decimals from the equation, which will give us an equivalent equation without decimals. So to begin simplifying on the left, we will distribute 0.2. And then on the right, we will clear the parentheses by distributing 1.2. Distributing on the left, 0.2 times x is equal to 0.2x. And then we have minus 0.2 times 0.7 is 0.14. Then we have plus 1.7x equals on the right, distributing 1.2. 1.2 times x is 1.2x. Then we have minus 1.2 times 0.3, which is 0.36. Then we have plus 2.95. And now let's go ahead and combine like terms. Notice on the left side we have two x terms. On the right side we have two constants. 0.2x plus 1.7x is equal to 1.9x. The right side simplifies to 1.9x minus 0.14. And now combining like terms on the right side, we have 1.2x and then negative 0.36 plus 2.95 is equal to positive 2.59, giving us plus 2.59. And now at this point, we have a choice to either keep the decimals in the equation or clear the decimals from the equation. In this example, we will clear the decimals from the equation, and since we have at most two decimal places, we clear the decimals from the equation by multiplying both sides of the equation by 100. From here, remember the shortcut for multiplying by 100 is to move the decimal point two places to the right. 100 times 1.9x is 190x, minus 100 times 0.14 is 14. On the right, 100 times 1.2x is 120x, and 100 times 2.59 is 259. And now from here, we need to add or subtract to isolate the variable terms on one side of the equation. Notice right now we have x terms on both sides. Let's begin by undoing the positive 120x on the right by subtracting 120x on both sides. Notice now the variable terms will be on the left side, so let's also undo the minus 14 on the left by adding 14 to both sides. So here we're combining two steps into one. Simplifying, on the left, 190x minus 120x is 70x, and then negative 14 plus 14 is 0. This is equal to, on the right, 120x minus 120x is 0. Then we have 259 plus 14, which is equal to 273. And now for the last step, we multiply or divide to solve for x. And since 70x means 70 times x, to undo the multiplication, we divide both sides by 70. Simplifying, 70 divided by 70 simplifies to 1. 1 times x is x. We have x is equal to 273 divided by 70. And now we need to find this quotient. Let's set this up as long division. We begin by determining how many 70s in 273, which is 3. 3 times 70 is 210. Subtract, the difference is 63. And because the difference is less than 70, we know the 3 is correct. But now we need to keep going, so we place a decimal to the right of the 3 in the dividend, move it up into the quotient, and now we can add a 0 to the right of the decimal in the dividend here and bring the 0 down. And now we need to determine how many 70s are in 630, which is 9. 9 times 70 is 630. We subtract the difference is 0, and therefore the quotient is 3.9, and therefore the solution is x equals 3.9. And let's verify 3.9 does satisfy the equation by substituting 3.9 for x back into the original equation. Performing the substitution, we have 0.2 times the quantity 3.9 minus 0.7 plus 1.7 times 3.9 is equal to, on the right, 1.2 times the quantity 3.9 minus 0.3 plus 2.95. And now let's verify the expression on the left equals the expression on the right using the calculator. The expression on the left is equal to 7.27. The expression on the right is also equal to 7.27. 7.27 equals 7.27 is true, verifying the solution is correct. I hope you found this helpful.